First up, we have a national prestige fight matched at 78 kilos. In the blue corner, we have Dipaolo from Wicker in Sheffield, trained by Mick Mullaney. His opponent in the red corner is Fash Ferdosian from Shore Chana in Preston, trained by Master Chana. This over 5 3-minute rounds under full Muay Thai rules. Let's take a look at the fight records for these two fighters. In the blue corner, Dipaolo has 8 fights, 8 wins, 4 of them by knockout, no losses and no draws. In the red corner, Fash Ferdosian has 11 fights, 9 wins, 3 by knockout, 2 losses and no draws. Let's have a quick reminder of the basic full Muay Thai rules. Kicks allowed to body and head, kicks allowed to inside and outside of legs, knees and elbows are allowed to head, spinning back fists are not allowed, the spinning elbow is allowed, and the 3 knockdowns rule applies.
Yes, both men have a similar size and build, both very well-built young men. And again, we say comeback. He's only 24 years of age, Christian.
That's right. So, I mean, you can afford to retire a couple of years and come back again, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. He's, you know, not even in the prime. I mean, some of the fighters, the best fighters we've seen over the years, have tend to be fighters at the back end of the scale. You know, like you get to the 30 years age. It's same in boxing. But also you see some fighters at like the young age of 18 who are look equally comfortable at a young age to be experienced.
So this full Thai rules, 5 3-minute rounds, the full Monty as we say, and immediately Fash is on the floor.
Yeah, Fash cracked in a body kick, but Christian fighting a nice low point kick. Dipaolo in the blue and white shorts, Fash in the black and gold.
And when you do look at Fash, he does look a good specimen, doesn't he? He comes in very well conditioned.
Yes, he's always well conditioned. Good testament for his training and the sport itself. Nothing worse than looking at 2 overweight men in the ring that just look like they shouldn't be there. I'm not saying that I've seen some fit, fat people. You know, you don't measure somebody just by muscle. And something I've always said, and somebody taught me this, and I'll never, ever, okay, I'll always say the same thing, is that you never hit anybody with a muscle.
Well, seeing it's 5 3-minutes, this is an encouraging start, Sandy. They both had a good look at each other straight away. Some quite hurtful technique going in immediately.
That's right. It's a good front kick there to the thigh. That's a technique not often used, and it's a good one. That can wear the legs out.
Yes, they found the range quickly. Good head kick there.
Beautiful high point kick from Dipaolo. Classic Muay Thai, but Fash replies with a quality body kick too. Excellent.
They've got it. One thing I've noticed, Sandy, is they've got into hurtful range immediately, haven't they? And they stayed there. There's no in and out. They've got it a range and they've stayed there.
Oh, good exchanges here, Malcolm. Brilliant. This is starting 5 3s and they're going at this pace already. Fantastic.
That's right, look of total concentration on both men's faces. Because I take it in one respect as well, this is a good testing point for Fash, isn't it? As you said, he's come on since Christian had the temporary retirement, so yes, he's got a lot to prove to say, hey, I'm worth this position here, hasn't he?
That's right, yep. That's why, again, you know, good matchmaking down to the promoter, Master Sken, who's put this show together, and, you know, there's a lot of good promoters in this country. Come on in leaps and bounds. I mean, you've got the big the Thai boxing that's mixed with the Japanese now called the K1. You've got Paul Hennessy who's putting great shows on, and he puts good matches together, and that's what this is here, a great match.
That's right, and there's certainly no ring rust from Dipaolo. As you said, you were convinced he'd have his sparring in. That's proving your point, really, isn't it?
Yes.
And the thing that excites me, Sandy, is we said 5 3-minute rounds, but they both loaded up early as well, haven't they?
Yes, yeah, they've got banging well in hard, yeah. Both out to impress. Seen a good body shot there, and he going up for the head kick, but it took on the arms.
Little shrug there from Fash. It's hard and hurtful right from the start, Sandy.
Yes, there's a lot of us, very assertive, both fighters. They're both putting everything into it, 100%. Something there, obviously, in the you know, the trainers are going to push these two fighters in. I think that's, I expected this actually, because you mentioned it on paper. You know, it's a really good match.
There's the kick,
There's
Sandy.
the high kick, nice one. It just caught him, yeah, caught him on his glove, just perhaps on the top of the head, but it was good job he had his guard up.
Yes, a very good start. 5 3-minute rounds. This super prestige, full tie rules. Christian Dipaolo showing no signs of ring rust whatsoever. Fash Ferdosian always in good shape when we see him, and both men have started as they mean to go on, hard, hurtful, and I imagine really at this level they're looking at, it's a battle of wills as much as anything. They're trying to assert their authority here, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
And who do you think has, looking at that opening round? Would you give it to one or the other?
Very close round. Perhaps slightly more accurate from Christian Dipaolo. If I had to go a flavour, I think it would go slightly to blue.
I would agree with you there. I would say the same thing, Sandy. I really felt very accurate, got through cleanly on a couple of telling occasions, and again, as you said there, the front kick to the thigh, he's working little areas, subtle areas.
That's right.
That are good to watch.
That's it. This is what I'm talking about. The Muay Thai is like a game of chess with pain, and it's a case of finding those little things out which are not just your basic 1-2 low kick techniques, which obviously are, I mean, the 1-2 punch straight low kick, the classic techniques of Muay Thai, they always work, but against somebody who's more experienced, they know those games, and you need to find out little secrets of Muay Thai, and them are the little things that do make a difference.
Yes, again, a good solid opening start to this second of 5. And looking at his demeanour, Christian looks very calm and confident, doesn't he?
Yes, I mean, that's the sort of trademark for the Wicker Camp, Sheffield. They've always got that composure. Have you noticed he stood up between the rounds as well? Whereas like 9 out of 10 fighters will take a seat. Now, they've not come out with the same explosive start as the first round. I think they both know they've got power, and they've sort of held back a little bit.
Oh, perfect timing there from Christian. Waited for the kick,
yeah,
and took the supporting leg, Sandy.
And that was reminiscent of the first round, if you remember. He threw the same thing. Fash threw a left high point. Christian threw a right low point, exactly the same as the first round. But this time down to the canvas, clinically. Excellent.
Yes, two very strong men here. And really, Fash has yet to land cleanly on Christian that could see what his defence and durability is like now after that layoff.
Yeah, he sort of keeps twitching to do it, but he's not actually following through with it. It's as though he's still measuring him. But we know he's got the power, because when he lands like that, it took on the arm, but when he lands, you can hear the wallop. You know he's got power. Because
as you know, Sandy, there's still a huge gulf of difference between lots and lots of sparring and then getting hit for real by someone like Fash. And we've yet to see that happen cleanly on Christian yet.
Yeah, a good low point there from Fash there. You can see, you always tell when it hurts is because when the fighter bends into the kick, and he took that kick and he bent his leg, and you could see him grimace slightly. That landed clean. That was a good low point kick from Fash. That's something he needs to do more of. Yes, he breathed in deeply there, because this hasn't been fought at a frenetic pace, but the pressure's been constantly turned up. Obviously, these are a lot more professional guys. They're turning up the pressure both emotionally and physically, without it necessarily being frenetic pace, is it? That's right. A little bit out of range there, Christian there, just landing the kicks onto the gloves and then missing. He just needs to get a little bit closer. There's that left leg of Fash is very powerful. Good combination from Paolo. Excellent. Yes, he's a very tidy boxer, Christian. And I like his nice straight punching, and he throws them in combinations as well. A good round.